Knives Out came out in 2019. It's directed by Rian Johnson, and you can watch it right now on Amazon Prime. It's a 2-hour and 10-minute live-action game of Clue, featuring Christopher Plummer, James Bond talking like he's got a mouthful of molasses, Captain America, and Ben Affleck's super hot girlfriend. The Thornberrys are a posh, quirky, Wes Anderson-style family, living seemingly off the fruits of their family's patriarch's literary empire, Christopher Plummer, who is quite fittingly also a murder mystery novelist. But when the audience is presented with Plummer's death in the first few scenes of the film, we spend the rest of the movie trying to piece together the clues to find out who done it. With the very large estate and inheritance at stake, there's a lot up for grabs. So his passing inevitably invites suspicion, theories, and accusations. Who's the killer? Will Blanc solve the case? Will we even care? Thanks for joining us. This is the spoiler-free version. If you have seen the movie, go ahead and click the spoiler-full version in our bio so you get all the juicy details. We go through everything.
There's been a murder in Savannah. That's my impression of Daniel Craig.
Are
from
you
this movie.
doing an impression?
Rian Johnson is a master behind the lens. You can't deny it. He definitely knows how to design a set. He knows how to frame a shot. His movies are all well edited. Very beautiful director. But that said, we need to remember
R2D2.
what we watch movies for. It's the same reason we read books or listen to music. It's to feel emotions, to experience stories. Storytelling is the foundation of film. That's why great movies from back in the past still hold up today. To me, Knives Out seriously dropped the ball on some of the biggest storytelling elements there were. This is a mystery movie that kind of feels like a roller coaster that slowly brings you up 100 feet into the air, and then you go down like 10 feet, and then you just get off. It felt to me like they left a lot of little breadcrumbs and clues throughout this movie for you to try to put together by the end, but in the end, none of it really mattered. They kind of just connect all the dots at the very end during exposition scenes without really giving you the information and the time you need to try to solve the mystery on your own. And from the little bit of information they do give you, the ending turns out to be, I thought, pretty cliche and predictable. Not once did this mystery twist in a way that shocked me or made me rethink the way I see the world. It began giving us a small set of clues that pointed in, I thought, one direction, and kind of just kept going in that direction the whole time. Super disappointing ending, which made the first half, I felt like, not very fun to rewatch. However, to save this movie, I will say the cast was a banger. They all crushed it. And the first half of the movie, with Rian Johnson's great setup, great set design, and great cast, was a lot of fun to watch.
I think all those criticisms are fair. And I think there's a lot of validity to everything that you brought up. But I don't think you need to take this film so seriously, because it doesn't, so why should you? Listen, this is a murder mystery film. How many of those have you seen this year? Probably none. Maybe one. Maybe that stupid Adam Sandler movie on Netflix. Shut up! This is, in that realm, obviously a lot more sophisticated. And the cast. Yes, the cast is amazing. I felt like this family was just plucked out of a Wes Anderson movie. And I love all the characters in Wes Anderson films, so I love all these characters. Jamie Lee Curtis crushes it. Michael Shannon was really good. Even, every member of the family is oh, yeah, I believe that. I think, I can imagine that person being real. So I give him some credit.
Yeah. And the centerpiece of it all, the dad, was awesome as well. In the flashbacks where they showed him before dying. Yeah,
carried. I think you're too harsh on this film. I think you got to give it a little bit credit for going outside the box and doing something a little bit different. I loved all the characters, like I said. And yeah, the plot had holes. It's easy to be like, listen, I don't like the movie because this point doesn't make sense, so it ruins everything for me. If you feel that way, I think that's fair. This isn't the movie for you. If you can get past a couple things, I think you're going to like it. I think overall, ultimately, it was maybe 10 or 15 minutes too long. A movie like this that has, foreshadowing and clues and stuff, you're going to want to watch again. At least, you would hope so. This movie, not so much. After I finished it, I was like, okay, that was good. I'm done. all those things said, it's a solid 8.6 for me. I don't regret watching it. Probably won't watch it again. I'm going to give a slight recommendation for it.
You know, Peach, you said something at the beginning that I've heard a lot of people say before. You said, maybe I just shouldn't have taken the movie so seriously. In that case, the movie is a 10.0. I'm done taking it seriously.
Fuck you, Al.
And I now love it. Psych, this movie was a 7.4 for me, dude. I actually, I felt like where it could have brought me into the high 8s, despite the more predictable ending, would be if they explored the moral dilemmas a little deeper than they did. They did touch some society issues, some political issues, which I'm fine with movies doing. But if you do it, you got to do it well and like make me think and challenge me. Black Klansman we did a few weeks ago crushed it in that regard. This movie was pretty flat and one-dimensional though. Bad guys bad, good guys good.
Get the fuck
Doesn't
out
really
of here,
keep
dude.
me
You're
that
comparing you're comparing the moral complexities
Oh
of Black
my
Klansman with
God.
Knives Out. This is exactly
forbid
what
I
I was saying.
compare it
This
to
is
a
the
good
perfect
movie.
example of somebody taking a movie too seriously. Black Klansman is a serious movie. You're gonna want to take that seriously. If there's plot holes in Black Klansman, you might not like it. This movie has plot holes coming out the ears, and it's good. You just gotta ignore it. You don't take it too seriously. It's a murder mystery novel. It's a game of Clue right before your eyes.
If you're looking for a movie with really one-dimensional bad guys and good guys, a mystery that's easy to solve in one of the stupidest Southern accents I've ever heard Daniel Craig do in my life, then you're probably gonna love it. I'm being a little harsh. I liked the first half, dude. It did. If I paused it after the first half, I'd be like, fuck, maybe this is going to be a 9, dude. This movie's really setting up some shit. It's just the ending, man. It just kind of let me down. I wasn't too happy. Here's a mystery for you guys. Is this movie good? I guess you're going to have to watch it and find out if the ending is good.
We
Me
disagree.
and Peach disagree.
I checked on Rotten Tomatoes before we got on here. It's got a 97 from the critics. Very strong. A lot of people think, yeah, critics, they like, movies like this. Well, let's check out the audience. 92, also very good. You might say, well, that's just because Rotten Tomatoes just asks you if you liked it or you didn't. So that percentage liked it. Well, let's go to the box office, Al. The movie had a $40 million budget. Guess how much it grossed? $310 million. That's a better percentage earned than the Bond film, Spectre, whatever the fuck you call it. Who cares? It wasn't that good. That grossed, $800 million. That is a lot. But it had a $245 million budget. This movie was $40 million. Come on, you got to give it some credit.
Here's what I would love. I would love maybe like Christopher Nolan or the Safdie brothers or somebody who's kind of savvy for writing a very compelling script to work with Rian Johnson behind the camera and them behind the script. I think that's a winning solution. I just don't think Rian Johnson really sets up narratives that like draw me and change me by the end of them.
I don't need to
A
be
97?
changed.
Are you
I don't need to
kidding
be
me, guys?
changed by
That's like the
Knives
Dark
Out. I
Knight
just need to be
level.
entertained for 2 hours. I'm not looking for Black Klansman. I'm not even looking for Star Wars. Just give me a fun game of Clue that I can think, oh, maybe it's this guy. Oh, maybe it's this girl. Nope, it's who I'm not going to say it.
Here's what you can do if you're not entertained yet. Go watch Knives Out. Maybe you won't be entertained. Maybe you'll turn around and be entertained. I don't know. Do you think it's below an 8 or above an 8? Come join us next week. We're going to do a spoiler-filled talk. You can really hear me shit on the plot of this movie, and you can hear
Yeah,
Paige
join
trying
us
to
for
defend
that.
it.
The week after that, we're reviewing Jojo Rabbit. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's good. It's Al's recommendation, so if it's not good, blame that guy.
That's true. You know what, Peach? Like, a little while ago, you said that I was a big fan of Hitler in an episode, which is a bold-faced lie. And it kind of got me suspicious because you would not stop recommending we watch
So
Jojo
what? What are you
Rabbit.
trying to say
So-
here, Al? Well, I'm also
I don't
trying to
know.
wonder
I'm just
what
wondering
you're
what you're trying
saying
to say.
about what I'm saying.
I think you have something you want to tell me.